going to be my full review of Arabian Knight Silver from the house of Arabian Oud. Now that I've had time to actually spend, with this fragrance and wear it and see how it develops, and, really wears on the skin, and give you a more, in-depth review than my initial first impressions, obviously. Once again, this is from the house of Arabian Oud. It is Arabian Knight Silver. There is a just regular Arabian Knight. Again, this is a flanker to that. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle, as you can see. It comes in this nice kind of box. There's a slide out sheath that goes on top of it. It's got a silver bottom. Again, maybe a Knight Silver, so that's kind of a little cool detail. Hard case. It's actually really nice. It's got some weight to it. Sits in. It's inset like that. It's got some felt inside. The bottle sits in there. Heavy cap. Not as heavy as Parfums de Marly, but heavy. There's the bottle. The bottle's not very heavy, but there's the emblem. Looks pretty cool. Again, Arabian Knight Silver. Unique bottle. Nothing mind-blowing. It's got the company logo on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Before I do that, I will look up the notes first this time for you all. I will tell you this, though. This is different than a lot of other fragrances. Again, it's a Middle Eastern fragrance, so it's kind of to be expected, but this is definitely masculine. It's very woody, very musky, and really in a good way. But it has this nice seductiveness about it too. I was honestly really blown away. I was not really sure what to expect. I had smelt a clone of the original, but I had never smelt the real one, nor had I smelt the silver edition at all. So this came out in 2020. Its top notes are bergamot and geranium. The middle notes are amber, cashmere, and sandalwood. The base notes are musk, patchouli, and vanilla. Now, what you get out of this in the initial first blast, so go ahead and spray it now. The Atomizer is pretty decent too. Look at that. Actually, really nice. Pressurized Atomizer. Up there with Dior. So initially, you're going to get this nice, spicy, Ambroxan citrus bomb. It's going to remind you of Dior Sauvage, but not scratchy and not as cloying. But you're going to get that burst of Ambroxan. It's not listed in the notes, but it's definitely there. The geranium comes off kind of like that black pepper or that pink pepper, that you get in Sauvage. It has this very Sauvage-like opening. Now, it's a lot smoother, and as it wears on you, a lot of that Ambroxan is going to fade. So is the citrus. You're going to get a lot more of that amber, that woods, that vanilla, the sweetness from the vanilla, and there's this nice kind of it's like a white musk, but it's very present. This comes across extremely masculine, seductive, inoffensive. It's a strong profile, but it's not cloying. It's not cloyingly sweet. It's got just the right touch of sweetness to really kind of make this very seductive fragrance, combining with the woods and the musk, and there's this nice amber touch to it. Again, it's unique. This often gets compared to Parfums de Marly or Layton. People call this, or the original one at least, the Middle Eastern Layton, essentially. I could see that. They both have geranium in them, but they don't smell alike. There's no apple, there's no lavender. Those are both very prominent in Layton. There is vanilla and geranium. That's about the extent of the similarities. Does not smell like Layton. Layton, to me, as much as I love Layton, and anybody who watches this channel knows it's one of my top favorite fragrances, definitely in the top 5. Layton could certainly, to me, be more unisex. That lavender really kind of pushes it to me, almost kind of to the unisex, sort of category. This is very masculine. This is much more masculine. There's no lavender. There is geranium, but that's the extent of the florals that are present here. Again, there's a heavy dose of musk. There's amber. It's really masculine, but not overly masculine in the sense that like something like Oud by Xerjoff, where that amber is very heavy. This is it's more of a lighter kind of touch, but it is masculine. I could not see a female wearing this. Again, wear what you want, but I would not recommend it for women. Now, this is, again, you're going to stand out. It's unique. It's seductive. It's very versatile. Honestly, I think you could wear this in heat. I wouldn't, maybe not the summer, extremely high heat, but certainly anytime you can wear Layton, you could wear this. Fall and winter for sure. Spring, even like not as hot summer day, I think you can still pull it off. You went light on the trigger. Again, though, you got to be light because this is strong. Now, projection is pretty good, especially in the first couple of hours. Like Dior Sauvage, it's going to push off your skin. It's going to hang around for a really long time, though. I will tell you, even longer than Dior Sauvage. I wore this, and I could smell it the next morning or next day. Coming back, I stayed over someone's house. Coming back, and I could smell it still in my clothes. Very, very strong on the clothes. This last days in the clothes, easy. I was still picking it up. I don't know, obviously probably wasn't on the skin at that point, but I was still picking it up in the sillage. This is really good. I certainly recommend trying it at least. I am certainly glad I got this. I got 2 bottles, but one of them was just a decant. I don't see myself going through 2 bottles of this as much as I like it because I have a million fragrances. But I will be wearing this. It's certainly going to be in my kind of regular rotation, especially in the quarter months. Again, this is unique. You are going to stand out because it is a Middle Eastern fragrance, but unlike a lot of the other Middle Eastern fragrances where it's a heavy dose of rose and oud, you don't get that in this. There's no rose. Okay, this is different and in a good way. It gives this nice, spicy, masculine, woody, ambery, just kind of scent profile with that touch of sweetness from the vanilla, which really just kind of gives it this more seductiveness, and you get that nice kind of freshness from the white musk as well as the bergamot in the opening. So, again, certainly recommend checking this out. Great pickup, definitely unique. And performance, longevity, if you're one of those persons who really, that's your main thing is performance, there's no issue here. I can tell you that right now.